Hey guys, Talk Shit Sports.
We're back.
Angel O, Jimmy Weed. It's got the U represented over here.
Hey, it's been a while since I wore it, so I figured,
I figured it's halftime, for the repeat. So,
we'll talk about that.
We'll talk about, in a second. But right now we're going to talk about my hat right now. I got a different hat today. It's an old school hat that my grandpa used to wear hats like this with the rope and the
rope, yeah.
Yeah, little rope. And then he used to have the little golf clubs, it was like two golf clubs, like in an angle. But when I went down to Torrey Pines, I saw this hat. I was like, that reminds me of my grandpa. I'm going to buy this hat for the U.S. Open, which just happened this last weekend, which was, man, did you see it was Rory was in there, DeChambeau was in there, Koepka's in there. I was hoping for a Koepka, DeChambeau final pairing.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to see them go to blows.
They were close.
That would have been fun.
Koepka went down, and then he started coming back.
Yeah, he finished at 2 under.
DeChambeau was up there. He went down to one under. He was in the lead. He bogeyed, and double bogeyed. 11, 12, 13, which are very hard holes.
He had an 8 at a par 5. I can't remember which one that was.
He's normal then, like us. He's normal.
He was hitting it from one end of the green to the other, like missing it completely, going from back and forth. I'm like, hey, that looks like me.
It's funny because usually on TV, you see all the good shots. And when you go live in person, you get to actually see, hey, these guys hit buildings and people and houses. Well, okay, they're normal. These guys are normal. We might have a shot.
Yeah, right.
Senior PGA, we're coming for you. We got to start practicing. But, being that it was Father's Day weekend, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there.
That's right. Happy Father's Day.
I took my dad, 10 years ago to the last time it was at Torrey Pines. Me and my brothers, my dad, we went to Torrey Pines. We saw Tiger Woods.
Oh, 2008.
2008. We saw Tiger Woods. We were in the grandstand at the 18th hole. He tied Rocco at the 18th hole.
Yeah.
I swear I thought the grandstand was going to fall down. It was shaking. It was an amazing experience. They actually went to the next day. We didn't go back the next day, but we were there that day, Sunday. Right. It was amazing. So that was the last time the U.S. Open was in San Diego and La Jolla down there in Torrey Pines. But give it up to John Rahm Rodriguez, España, the big Spaniard, right?
The big Spaniard.
The ASU alumni.
You know what? Good for him, because 2 weeks ago, I think he had a 5 or 6 shot
he was
lead.
Dominating.
At I can't remember, the tournament that they were playing, but he was going to win.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, when he came off the 18th green on Saturday is when he was told that he had tested positive for COVID. So he needed to go into isolation for 10 days or whatever. But he had a 5 or 6 shot lead. He was going to win more than likely. And for him to come back and, win the US Open, win his first major, and do it the way he did it. He had, I believe, 14, 15, and 16. He had a chance to make birdie, and he didn't. He parred each one of those holes. And I kept thinking to myself, man, if he just sticks around and if he doesn't give away shots right now, he's going to have a shot at the end. And then he had 2 amazing putts on the 17th and 18th to make birdie, which, they had, big time curve to the right.
Yeah, those are amazing putts. Those are some Tiger Wood putts.
And I'm telling you, if he did that again 10 times in each hole, maybe he'd make it once. So it was amazing. Good for him, nice guy. But the implosion of DeChambeau and everybody else pretty much. Oosthuizen was doing extremely well, and I believe it was the 17th where you can miss it anywhere but to the left.
Yeah, because it's out of bounds.
Yeah, and he did, and he went out of bounds.
Yeah.
So his second shot, he was hitting 3 already. So
And he's been right there, even at the PGA Championship. He was right there too. You know, like you said, Rahm. When I was watching he was barely missing putts.
Yes.
And I was like, man, this guy's barely missing. Like, wow, he's right there. And then things just started clicking, and those putts he made. I mean, those are like
those were
like
putts.
some Tiger Woods back in to the early 2000s, putts. But you stick around for that long, and you play that good, you're gonna win. And what's amazing is that Jon Rahm won his first PGA Tour event at Torrey Pines at the Farmers, right? The Farmers. And he got engaged at Torrey Pines.
Oh, wow.
That's what they said. They said he got engaged there, and his newborn baby, Father's Day.
That's right.
Wow. I mean, Torrey Pines, they should,
Full circle. You know what? He should move to San Diego.
Yeah, La Jolla. He would move to La Jolla quick.
I mean,
hey, I wouldn't mind living in La Jolla.
Look, for the money those guys make, it's no big deal.
Yeah, La Jolla, and no problem, right? But golf is pretty exciting because a lot of the top players there. I mean, look at Rory. Rory was right there too, and it fell apart. You know what? Morikawa was right there too.
He fell apart at before, like the bad holes. Like I think it was 11, 12, 13, and then he came back again.
Yeah.
And he was at one point he was -2, but too little, too late.
Yeah. Yeah, the big Spaniard, Rambo. Man, he's got a lot of fire in him, man. But
yes,
that's pretty
does.
Cool. Awesome. Congratulations to the Rambo, Jon Rahm. And then what do we got next here? We got MLB.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
I put the shirt on.
Let me check. Are you okay? I'm gonna have to check to see if you don't have any sticky stuff, somewhere on your hat. Your belt.
I have Starbucks. It's a little sticky.
I've got
if I put this on my hand, it'll be sticky.
Yeah, no, me too. I've got some stuff here. I've got a protein smoothie, and yeah, that's a little bit sticky. So maybe I could hold the ball a little bit better.
Jimmy's getting in shape for the summer. Pool party. Summer. He's coming to Vegas.
Right.
He's coming for you.
Yep. But finally, MLB this week on Monday, they started checking pitchers as they're coming off the field, going into the dugout to see if they have any foreign substance, anything on their hat, their uniform, their glove, their belt. I even saw Kelly.
Joe Kelly?
Joe Kelly come off, and they checked his glasses. You never know.
What are they going to be walking through metal detectors pretty soon?
So, pretty much. It looked like TSA at one point, just about.
Yeah, but TSA security, you can get anything through those guys.
But the thing is, look, everybody knows that pitchers have been using whatever they can and getting away with it to get more grip and rotation on their breaking stuff. So, as a matter of fact, the RPMs since 2 weeks ago, I think it's been since the beginning of June, have gone down 45 RPMs. And batting averages have come up 10 points in that span. Why? Because obviously the ball is not, rotating, or, the spin rate isn't the same. Why? Because pitchers can't get a grip of the ball like they used to. As a matter of fact, the other day, Garrett Cole said in a press conference, he said, you know what? I can't get a hold of the ball. I can't grip it. He goes, I'm afraid someone is going to get hurt. Give me a break. You're a professional pitcher. You're supposed to be able to throw that without it getting away from you and somebody getting hurt. But the thing is, these guys have been using it for so long, and now we know why their stuff was so nasty. I mean, his slider, Garrett Cole's slider, was just incredible, with Houston. His first year with the Yankees. Why? Because they were using all that, sticky stuff to be able to grip it. Look at Trevor Bauer. Trevor Bauer, his last 2 outings, has been absolutely tattooed. 12 runs the last time he came out. Why? Because all his breaking balls are hanging in the middle of the plate. And if you're going to hang something, Major League Baseball hitters are going to absolutely crush it, and that's what they've been doing.
Yeah, I mean, they just gotta learn how to aim at a different area. I mean, that's what it comes down to. I mean, I was a pitcher. I mean, you just gotta. They're just used to throwing it at their head and it breaking into the middle. Now they gotta throw it in a different place. It's just getting used to it. But I don't know. It's so much restrictions in baseball. It's so much what?
Look, the thing is, baseball got to the point. A few years ago, it was they turned a blind eye to the steroid situation because Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire were having that home run chase, and it was good for baseball. That's what people wanted to see. Like they say, chicks dig the long ball. All right, and so that's what they wanted to see. So MLB just turned a blind eye to it. Afterwards, oh my God, they had even congressional hearings and what so. Come on, they knew what was going on. They just decided that it was good for baseball at the time. And now it's to the point where baseball has, between the pitchers getting better, being stronger, throwing harder, and all this launch angle, all we see are strikeouts or homers. There's seldom anything in between anymore. So baseball wants to get back to playing the game normal like it used to be, and so they're trying to use the rules that are already in place to bring it back down to normalcy.
Well, good luck.
That's.
I mean, everyone tries to get the edge. I mean, everybody wants the edge in everything.
Can you imagine what would happen with Phil Niekro?
Yeah, I mean,
I mean that guy has so much like Vaseline, a little bit of moco here and there. I mean, whatever.
He's got a whole pharmacy around his waistband. He's got everything. So, I think a moco should count because it's coming out of your body. A moco should be allowed.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because
a little bit of snot.
It's not a substance that you brought. It's with you.
Right.
A little moco.
If I'm a pitcher, what a friend of mine said is that when he was a catcher, what he used to do is he used to go to like I don't know, whatever fast food restaurants that they used to have like hot sauce or jalapeno and sauce and those little like ketchup things. And he used to grab one, rip it open, put it around his mouth or nostril, right? And so he would start like sweating and a little bit of moco or snot would be there. And so he'd be like, hey, hold on, I got to clean this up. And so he would blow his nose, whatever. And then whatever was left, he'd grab it, he'd put it on his hands, and he'd rub the ball, and then he'd throw it to the pitcher.
And the pitcher
already had something.
And the pitcher's licking his fingers, touching it. Oh my God, I don't know about that. But how about Ohtani? Ohtani's going All-Star game? What's So
Shohei Ohtani, not only is he, as we speak, tied for the Major League home run lead right now, but he's going to be in the home run derby. The first Japanese-born player not only to participate in the home run derby, but the first pitcher position player to ever do it. I mean, this is Babe Ruth type of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, he is just absolutely carrying the Angels. They're without Trout, and they're still like 8-7 games back.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? The A's are going to win that division anyway.
Well, the Astros have been playing real good ball as of late. and I haven't heard any drums. But
oh, yeah. Astros are in first place.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I mean, they've been playing real good ball.
Oh,
They swept the White Sox.
These guys again. Jesus.
But
they got the same amount of wins as the Dodgers. Oh, man. 44 wins already.
Yeah, they've been playing good ball. They've been playing good ball.
Yeah, they're 9-1 in the last 10 games.
I believe they've won 10 out of their last 11.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, 9-1.
Yeah, they've won 10 out of their last 11.
Wow. They're doing good. Well, they're doing better than the Diamondbacks, that's for sure.
Oh my God, the Diamondbacks finally
they won last night.
So that was 17 consecutive losses. that they were able
see-
to stop.
Did you see when they played the Dodgers? How many Dodger fans were there?
Oh, practically
blue. The whole stadium was
the
blue.
place was
It was
blue.
crazy. You see, the Padres did yesterday. They made an announcement out of San Diego to every San Diego fan to buy the tickets. Do not let the Dodger fans come and buy the tickets.
Well, there were a lot of Dodger fans there.
I know, but they went. They had a not as usual, but they make sure that only sell tickets to Padres fans. Look at their Facebook, whatever. Like, if you're gonna sell your tickets, make sure they're Padre fans.
You know who was there, and a big shout out to Alicia Del Valle. She made the trip down there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, she was down there for the first game of the series.
maybe she had a date down there.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Thought maybe you and her go down there on the train. Surfliner.
I was busy.
Surfliner, down the Surfliner, having some wine. That'd be a nice trip going down to San Diego.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a good trip. Well, we'll see. Dodgers, Padres playing. I know they did. Dodgers lost yesterday, but they're coming off a road series, and it is what it is.
I'll
I'm not
tell you
worried
what.
about it.
It's going to be a 3-team race till the end of the year with the Giants, which, by the way, have the best record in baseball, which is still amazing.
Yeah, there's just two games in front of us.
Two games in front of the Dodgers, and I believe the Padres are
4.5 back.
4.5 back.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's going to be interesting.
We don't even have Seager or Bellinger back yet. We're still
No, Bellinger's back
Bellinger's not playing. He's back. He came back and he's back on the injured reserve list.
again.
Yeah, Mookie Betts playing center field.
Okay.
But we got
See-
Luck stepping up. Gavin Lux has been
Yes,
playing well.
he stepped up. Look, this is what I've kept telling you all last year and at the beginning of this year.
Here we go.
Look, not only the Dodgers win the short, a shortened season, 60 games, whatnot. Everybody was healthy. The pitchers' arms were healthy because they only threw 60. It was only 60 games.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the same as 162 games when you have more guys go on the injured list. So you have to deal with a lot of stuff. Not only do you have to play well, be a good team, but you have to have some luck as well. It's hard for any team to repeat. And, we'll see if the Dodgers should be there at the end. I don't know if they're going to win the World Series. It's hard to repeat. But also, remember, last year they were one game away from being eliminated. They were down 3-1 to the Braves. It'd be a completely different conversation, had the Braves been able to win that one game.
Well, they didn't. So, too bad for them.
So, I mean, it's a long season. It's a long season. So by the time we get to the All-Star break, which is mid-July, early second week of July, there's already over 70, 80 games, which is more than they already played last year.
Yeah, but how many divisions have we won in the last 10 years? All 10? I mean, we've been there every. I mean,
yeah.
it's not like we had a lucky, lucky season.
But before that, how many World Series did you win?
Right, but the thing is, it's still early. We're right there. We're not panicking. Okay, the Giants are doing good in the beginning of the season. Great. Look at the Nationals a couple years ago. They were like in last place.
Yes, they started off horrifically.
And then the second half, it was they went on. I mean, they did enough to get in, and then they won the World Series.
Sort of like the A's every year, they're bad the first half of the season, and then they just come on really strong in the second half, and they're always in the playoffs.
It's those teams that hang around. They don't count them out. You hang around, they get in there.
Right.
We'll see. I mean, baseball is still early. The Red Sox are in first place. I mean, they took over from the Rays. They took over first place. I see Kiki Hernandez having fun out there, which looks great for him. But what Jock Peterson's out with the Cubs out there, launching some home runs. So baseball is good. It's good. But the pitchers, good luck. Find some mocos and do some other stuff.
That's right.
Don't clean your ears. Get some ear wax. Secret right there. Rub the gums. Whatever you got to do. But that's baseball. Moving on to NBA. There's a lot of talk about injuries here. My God, there's injuries galore.
Everywhere. Injuries everywhere.
That's what killed us.
Yeah, that's what killed the Lakers. That's right. Injuries killed the Lakers. That's why I told you it was going to be, hard again for the Lakers to repeat.
But, I mean, how about this? Who would have thought Atlanta beating the Sixers? I mean...
Look, I blame...
I picked Atlanta the last episode.
Yes, you did.
I picked Atlanta. Yeah.
I blame the Sixers' loss on Ben Simmons. I mean, this kid is so in his own head. In the last couple of games, he didn't shoot basically in the fourth quarter. Why? Because he didn't want to get hacked. He didn't want to go to the line. He was making, I believe it was under 30% from the free throw
in NBA
line.
history.
I mean, give me a break. And then he doesn't want to shoot whatsoever. Game 7, at the very end, he passed instead of going up for an uncontested dunk.
Hey man, the Philly. I saw some on social media Philly fans. That guy better not be on the Phillies. On the Sixers next year because Philadelphia is not happy. They're not gonna. That town is. They're hardcore.
Oh, absolutely.
Philadelphia is no joke. They're
hardcore.
They're hardcore. And Ben Simmons, man, looks like they're saying maybe trade him for McCullough out in Portland. Some people are saying he's doing bad on purpose.
If I'm Dame Lillard, I'm going like, I don't need help like that. Don't bring that guy here.
Well, they're saying, why don't you send him to Golden State and get Andrew Wiggins, and then he'll have Draymond Green in his ear. But then he's got shooters like Steph and Clay who he don't worry about shooting the ball. He got those guys. And then they're saying he's doing bad on purpose because he wants to come to LA. I mean, I don't know how much that is, but he lives in LA. He bought a beautiful house in LA.
Well, wasn't he dating like one of the Kardashians?
Well, who hasn't dated one of the Kardashians?
I know.
We have. I mean, I'm married, but you haven't dated the Kardashians.
I think I'm next in line. Apparently, I don't know.
You should be. I mean, I think A-Rod's next. I think he'll be next, but yeah. I mean, I don't know. They're saying he don't listen. He doesn't. I think he's done. It's too much. There's something wrong there.
Well. He had shooting problems coming into the league. We knew that.
He needs a guy like Kobe to tell it to check him. You know.
Yep.
Shaq said he would have knocked his ass out.
Yes.
Yeah. In the locker. He probably. Kobe would have slapped his. Jordan. Imagine Jordan. These guys.
Oh, can you imagine Jordan? Jordan would have made sure that they would have sat him down. I'm like, hey, if you're not going to shoot, you're no good to me. Jordan would have had him sat.
Imagine
no matter
these
what.
old school guys, Larry Bird, they would have slapped the shit out of him.
Yes.
I mean, they would have been like
Caleb Parrish.
They would have jumped him. I mean, it's
Billing beer.
The crazy part is that he has the talent. I mean, imagine Rodman will freaking clothesline him in the locker.
Yes.
I mean,
Lane Beer would have clotheslined him in the locker room. I mean, come on.
The guys. I mean, I remember him in college. He's a very talented kid. He just needs a mentor, somebody who has influence on him that he respects, that will bring the best out in him.
Look, at this point, I think everybody would take Lonzo Ball over Ben Simmons because even Lonzo has worked on his jumper and he's been able to actually get a lot better. Ben Simmons, I don't know what it is. He regresses every year with his shot.
You know, they paid him a lot of money too. So, well, I mean, who knows? Good luck to him, but we'll see where he's at. But, you know, we got... what is it? Hawks and the Bucks. So we got the Hawks and the Bucks playing.
Look,
I think the Bucks are gonna.
Yeah, I mean, they just have too much size.
The Greek Freak is.
They just have too much size.
I thought the Nets were gonna blow them out, but I don't know if the Greek Freak was just doing that on purpose, like kind of like, oh, we can't guard KD on the media, like, oh, you know, it's this and that. But I'll tell you who was a big X factor with the Bucks was PJ Tucker. I don't like PJ Tucker. I mean, I don't like him as a in the basketball world, right? I'm sure he's a good guy, whatever. But he's I mean, he's a dog. He's
nasty.
He's a dog, right?
Yeah.
He's one of those freaking God, man. And they needed that grit. Like they didn't have that. And once he knew KD was gonna get 40 plus a game, but he was in his face and he made it work for it. How tired was KD at the end of the game?
Oh, he was exhausted. He played every single minute in Game 6, which went to OT, and then he played every minute in Game 7, and he was absolutely exhausted.
And then Nash didn't take a timeout to get him a break. He didn't even take a timeout.
Well, Nash, that's where Mike D'Antoni, who's been a head coach, should have stepped in and said, you know what, we need the timeout.
I mean, he was so tired, the ball didn't even like make the rim. I was like, you know, they could have had Ty Lue as a coach. The Nets, but they passed on for Nash. But anyways, what's his name? Kyrie Irving said they didn't need a coach at the beginning of the season. They were that talented, they didn't need a coach.
Okay.
Yeah. So
where are you, Kyrie?
There you go now. Kyrie's, I don't know, he's in Jerusalem. I don't know. Maybe the Middle East somewhere doing some yoga or something. I don't know.
I don't know that guy.
But
I know he got hurt and whatever. But
if he wasn't hurt, they would have been different. They would have won.
I think they would have won.
He's a game changer.
They would have won.
But Hawks and Bucks. I mean, you got to give it up to this
Trae Young.
Trae Young. That kid. He reminds me of another AI.
Yes.
Anthony, Allen Iverson, man. He puts his body, falls on the floor. I mean, he's there. He had a bad scoring game that day. He was like 1 for 14.
Yeah. I believe he was like 5 for something.
But he started doing good passes, facilitating the ball, and then he finally hit a big 3 at the end of the game and sealed the deal. But man, I got to get the Hawks, man. You know who's a big key for the Hawks is what's his name? He was in the Clippers.
Gallinari.
Oh, Gallinari.
Gallinari.
Gallinari's good.
Yeah.
But also Lou Williams.
Oh, Lou Williams. That's right.
I mean, Lou Williams, he's got grit. There's a lot of young players on the team, but Gallinari is a beast too.
I mean, it's a good team, but I don't think they've got the pieces to go up against Giannis and the Bucks. I think the Bucks, they play really good D. And they've got size, which is what they don't have in Atlanta.
When the Freak turned it on Game 3, he turned it on. Like, it was like, whoa. Like,
I don't think they're going to be able to stop him. So I think the Bucks go to the finals.
The Greek, that's the MVP that we needed to see. Mm-hmm. Like, you're your MVP, and he was showing up for a while. Like, where's this MVP at, right? Like, okay, there he is. Their MVP showed up. So, well, I don't know. Atlanta, I mean, I don't know. They're very, very surprising. I think the Bucks will get them on this one, but Suns and Clippers, Ty Lue said something interesting yesterday. He said that all of LA should rally behind the Clippers, support the Clippers.
Tell you what.
To the pobrecito mijos.
Yeah, you know that, I'm not the biggest Laker fan, but I wouldn't jump on the Clippers bandwagon. I mean, I didn't mind the Clippers before, but tell you what. When Kawhi and Paul George need to sit 15, 20 games during the season just because they're managing their minutes for the playoffs, I'm like, give me a break.
That's some bullshit.
That's when I say, yeah, that's a bunch of bullshit. That some guys are being soft. So to me, if the Suns make it to the finals, great.
Yeah.
And the Clippers are down 1-0, even though they've been down 0-2 in the first 2 series and they've come back and won. So you can't say if they lose the first 2 in Phoenix, it's over. But without Kawhi, who's not going to be there for Game 2, and neither is CP3. But it appears that CP3 probably will be back by the time.
Yeah, he's not hurt.
Game 3.
He's just on protocol.
He's just in COVID protocol.
Yeah.
Kawhi is a different story because of a knee issue.
Right.
So.
Well, they're saying Morris is out too.
That's right. Morris is out too with a knee issue.
Yeah, for the Clippers
for Game 2. So that's big. That's big.
Well, Suns in 4.
All right. So are we going to go to blows here?
Yeah. Suns in 4.
Suns
I want to be like,
I'm
I'll turn my hand back like the guy. Suns in 4 like the guy. Hey, Devin Booker, send me to the game. You got me too. Suns in 4.
Jeez.
Right. How famous is that guy now, right?
Oh my God! Not only there, but also like in the hallway. Not only was there a fight in the last series, the fight in the hallways after Game 1, when the guy said Suns in 4.
Yeah.
So like that's like just the line to say anyone. So you go to blows with anyone. Suns in 4, and just a melee breaks out.
I mean, the guy said they were messing. Those guys were messing with him.
Yes.
The whole game, and then he just those guys look drunk as hell.
That's usually what happens. That's usually what happens.
They're probably Raider fans. They're probably Raider fans, right?
The guy that's the drunkest is the one that throws the first punch.
And then gets knocked out.
Yeah.
He gets knocked out. That's hilarious. But I got to give it up, man. Devin Booker, that guy's a stud, man.
Yes,
he's amazing. He had a triple-double, 40 point. I mean, man, huge for the Suns. I mean, this guy, to know that he could have been a Laker is like, makes me just sick to my stomach. And to know that Kobe was his mentor.
Yes.
He's like the next Kobe, they say. Like he plays.
He's got that fire in his eye.
Yeah.
He definitely is that guy. And he's got the killer instinct, which a lot of the new kids seem to have. But I think he turns it on he goes up another notch when he needs to, which is, we've seen Trae Young, he's small, so he has a hard time against bigger guys that are defending him, like Ben Simmons. When they put Ben Simmons on him, he just didn't have the same offensive output that he did before that. But Devin Booker, this guy is unreal. And he can go up just about against anyone and drain threes, he's got great handle. He can penetrate. He's great in the paint. A great passer as well. So, yeah, I think he's the real deal. He's absolutely the real deal.
And his grandpa's from Sonora, Mexico.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Well, they had an interview. He said, yeah, my grandpa is from, I think, Nogales, Sonora.
Nogales.
Yeah, he's from Nogales.
Puro Nogales!
Yeah, how crazy is it? He plays for Phoenix. Yeah. And half of Phoenix is from Sonora.
Yep.
And his grandpa's from Sonora.
Wow.
I knew he grew up in Grand Rapids up in Michigan, but it's his mom's side of the family. His mom's father. He was mentioning that. I was like, wow, what's cool about Devin Booker, he always shows up to the arena in his lowriders. He's definitely Mexican. He got Mexican and he's rolling up in his lowriders.
If you're riding in the lowrider,
Impalas, Monte Carlos, I'm like, oh, the Mexican side is coming out of him for sure.
You got a little bit of raza in you, that's for sure.
He's rolling down baseline over there in Phoenix, rolling down right to the game. So,
see, that's probably what. Who's he? Which of the Kardashians is the one that he's dating? He's dating one of them.
He is?
Yeah.
I think a Jenner, not a Kardashian. Or they're both.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Kendall Jenner.
Yeah.
Kendall Jenner. Same thing.
Yeah, same thing.
Same thing. But yeah, if he's driving a lowrider, I think she's going to be the one that say, see ya.
It's okay. There'll be plenty.
But did you see what she said? Something came out this week about how the curse of the Kardashians or whatever, every guy that's dated a Kardashian hasn't won a title, and so they're talking about that because of Ben Simmons.
No, it's not true. Lamar Odom won the championship when he was with what was her name? Chloe? No.
Chloe.
Yeah. Yeah, they were
well, anyways, so she said though, she goes, "Oh, that's not true." She goes, "It's all these men have to take responsibility for what they do."
No. No, they're big Lakers fans. They grew up in LA but now they got to, shift. Actually, what's the one guy who always gets in trouble? That dates the Kardashians. He always cheats on his wife. Tristan Thompson.
Oh, Tristan Thompson. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess Chloe's single right now. So you're good luck. You're in line right now because
I'm in line for like all of them apparently.
Tristan got Kim's single too.
That's right.
Whoever has the most money, Jimmy, I think you should date. That's the one, right? That's the one we got to go after. I think after this, we're gonna go drive around Calabasas. We're gonna go hang out at the Commons right there.
Drive a lowriders.
Yeah, Marmalade Cafe was hang out right there. Yeah, we drive lowriders.
That's right. Yeah, we should go into lowrider.
Well, we'll get arrested if we drive lowriders.
Yeah, exactly.
By our good friends from the LAPD, right?
We're gonna have to make one of those calls. Hey guys,
we could, we kind of have a.
Let's get out of the ticket here.
I need to get out of jail free card here, guys. So. That's basketball. Suns, Clippers, but Suns in 4.
Suns in 4.
No, Ty Lue, LA's not going to go for the Clippers. This is Laker Nation, Laker Town. We don't want to see a Clippers banner in the Staples Center. Like I said it before in this podcast,
I don't think anybody cares in LA about the Clippers.
They don't
tell
care.
You the truth.
Nobody watch it. Who cares? Nobody cares.
I really don't think that people would care.
If they win or don't win. It's like, whatever.
You know what would be funny?
What?
If they actually won the whole thing and it'd be just one of those measly crowds or whatever that went out in the streets to celebrate or whatever.
There'd be like 10,000 people there.
Because I don't think anybody really cares.
Nobody cares, but like I said before, Clippers should move to Seattle and become the Supersonics. Get out of here. Your owner would love that. He's from Seattle, Microsoft guy. So, but we'll see. And I guess the last 4 teams, Jimmy, they have not won an NBA title before the merge, whatever it was.
Oh, the ABA?
Yeah.
The ABA.
So none of them have won the NBA title. I think the only one that won
the Bucks won it, though.
But before that, right before that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Bucks won. And the Hawks won it when they were in St. Louis.
Yeah, because they haven't won it since they were in Atlanta.
No. So and that was
the
way
Dominique,
back.
Doc Rivers era, Tree Rollins, and all those guys. Spud Webb.
Yeah,
they never won it.
No, it was before that. So it's going to be a new title for whoever it is. So that's NBA, NFL, Raiders. New news. One of their players came out.
Carl Nassib went on Instagram just yesterday, and he came out. He said, I just want to let everybody know I'm gay. I've got, great life. And I just thought it was time, for me to come out and put it out there publicly.
Good for him.
Good for him. Good for him. It's 2021.
Yeah.
Bunch of guys in the NFL came out and supported him. I don't think it's going to be that big a deal anymore. And, what he said is hopefully, and also the NFL, in a statement they said, hopefully this type of announcement is not newsworthy in the future.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It is what it is. I mean, we live in a society. We live in a society where, hey, you're gay, you're straight, you're up, you're down, sideways. It doesn't matter.
You're black, you're white, brown.
It really doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't matter.
No, what do you want the guy to do? Hide it and then he mentally gets messed up.
There's a lot of guys that played in the NFL before.
Remember?
And they were afraid to come out because they thought that there might be repercussions. And maybe 10 years ago and longer, yes.
Right. I'm sure there's plenty of guys.
And there's plenty of guys. There's a couple of guys that...
Remember the guy from, what was it, Missouri? That the college came in?
Yes, the college kid, the linebacker.
And no one signed him.
Yeah.
He was good.
Yeah, he was good.
And just because he came out before, and then nobody wanted to deal with the whole. But it's 2021. Everyone needs to get over it. If you got an issue, go to Canada if you don't like it, or go play football.
Go somewhere else. Go somewhere
play football and I don't know.
Look,
Malaysia.
What I tell people is, they say, oh well, if they're gay, they might hit on me. I'm like, wait a minute. Wherever you walk, like all the women come and attack you at once. And he's like, no. I'm like, well, same thing,
Yeah.
Not because you're a man, every woman wants you. And not because you're a guy and you're gay, every other, gay male wants you. That just doesn't happen.
The only place guys get attacked by women is at a strip club.
Yes. And you better have a big role.
Yeah,
otherwise...
exactly. Or they're on your necks, necks. So... guys, get over it. Awesome for him, man, and doing what he's doing. And everybody who's supporting him, J.J. Watt, Saquon Barkley, a lot of big names are supporting him. So good for him, man. Hey, it is. Hey, 2021, we need to move forward and keep the peace and have fun and just live a good life, everybody. Stay positive. So NFL, and then we got the last but not least, we got boxing.
El gran campeón mexicano.
Julio Cesar Chavez.
Look,
senior, not junior.
Senior. Oh. He had his farewell fight, even though he did it for Macho Camacho and his family. He did it for their foundation.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, that's why. Actually, Hector Macho Camacho Jr. called Chavez Sr. and said, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. Would you do it? And he said, absolutely. He goes, I loved your dad. We were great friends. Absolutely. Because he didn't want to, step in the ring again. As a matter of fact, he's almost 59 years old, I believe.
Yeah, and he had some type of surgery or something.
Yeah, and he goes, my body just doesn't allow me to do this anymore. They had 4 rounds. Look, he performed better than his kids.
Dude, he looked amazing. You see the body shots?
Yes, his body shots. I was like, oh my God, those things hurt.
Even Camacho Jr. was like,
I was like, dude, stop.
Yeah, like stop. Exhibition. This is exhibition.
Yeah, and he took off his headgear. Like in the last round, he took off his headgear. He's like, "Come on, let's go."
Yeah.
And Camacho's going like, "No, dude, I'm not doing it if you don't put on your headgear."
I saw Camacho. I think telling his family like, "No, like tell him to put his headgear on." Like, yeah. I mean, wow. I mean, Chavez Sr. looked amazing. I was blown away, and it was awesome because he had Canelo came in the ring.
That's right. He got Canelo. Canelo was all excited.
I mean, how could you not be excited? Yep. I was like, this is like the Chavez, like it was those body shots. And then Canelo told Chavez, like, hey, you will always be the best Mexican fighter no matter what happens with me or whatever.
I believe that. I believe that. Just because of the fact that I don't think there's anybody that's going to go 89, 90 or whatever and lose afterwards. There's no way anybody's going to do that.
I mean, his record's still amazing. 100 and something and like 6 or whatever.
Yeah, it's just insane. But nobody's going to do what Chavez did with the style that Chavez had, which was go forward, hit, like kidney shots, go to the body and whatnot. What a lot of people don't really understand about Chavez is even though he didn't move a lot, he had some great head and waist movement. And that's how he was able to, maintain that style.
And I see Canelo modeling his boxing style out from Chavez.
Yes.
A lot. And look at Chavez, man, when he fought Meldrick Taylor. Like, he was losing that fight.
Yep.
But those body shots, boom, the 12th round knocked him out. Like, wow, that was crazy. And
a lot of people still believe that Richard Steele should not have stopped that fight with 2 seconds to go. But
yeah, it is what it is.
It is
right?
what it is.
So, but anyways, just like Floyd Fluffy Mayweather, they've given him a lot of fights, right?
Yeah.
He should be like 40-10 right now.
Julio Jose Luis Castillo, I believe, beat him the first time.
Yeah.
I really do believe that.
Yeah, and I do believe De La Hoya beat Mayweather too. I watched the fight again.
I was there. I thought it was a very close fight.
Close.
It was a very close fight.
De La Hoya, it could have went either way, or not either way, but I think De La Hoya won by a little bit. But anyways, and De La Hoya is fighting.
Before we go to Oscar, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
Oh God, we're talking about this guy.
He needs to retire. He needs to quit. I mean, what an embarrassment! Not only to boxing, but to the Chavez name.
Yeah, to his dad. I mean,
come on.
To lose to Anderson Silva, 10 years older than him.
Yes. Not only that, but he came in 2 pounds over. He didn't make weight.
He forfeited 100,000 or something.
He didn't make weight again, which has always been the case with Chavez Jr. And then there was no passion. There was no fire. It seemed like, just like against Canelo, he just didn't want to throw punches. And Anderson Silva was actually toying with him. He was sitting in the corner going, all right, come on, let's go. Come on. And then he,
a 40-some-year-old UFC fighter toying a professional boxer. I mean, come on. Chavez Jr. I mean, Chavez's son, the legacy.
Chavez Jr. is a world champ. He won.
I know.
He title at 160 pounds. He won the middleweight title of the world. And if you look at his record, right? If you cover his face and the name, and you just look at his record and see that he won a championship, at some point you're like, that's a pretty good fighter.
Yeah.
And then you unveil that, you look at the picture and the name, and you're like, oh, what a disappointment.
Yeah.
Just because of the fact that we know what he's done towards the end of his career.
But how many he goes over? I mean, we know the reason why we're like this is because we know how good he could be if he wanted to.
If he wanted to.
But he don't have that hunger.
No.
He don't have that. He doesn't have it in him. I mean, he was, like you said, he was doing great. He won a title, and then he just started like overweight and missing
every single time. I don't think after he won that middleweight title, I don't know if he made weight for any fight.
I don't know.
To be true, I don't think he made weight for any fight.
I don't know. He's not even worth us talking about him anymore.
And then his brother Omar fought Ramon Alvarez, Canelo's brother. Not that Inocente Alvarez looked spectacular.
Yeah.
But Omar, he didn't show up.
No,
he basically didn't show up. Yes, but there was a cut. It was a headbutt, whatever. But come on.
That fight looked,
I mean, if you're not going to show up.
I know some girls that fight Kevin fight better than those two guys.
Yes.
I mean, that was not a fight. That was like, the highlight of the whole thing was Chavez Sr. It was worth it. I agree. Somebody put it on Facebook. I was watching it. I was, oh wow, that's great. I forgot it was on, but that was great. But now moving on to Mr. De La Hoya, he's fighting Belfort. And for a minute, I thought he was fighting Jordan Belfort, the Wolf of Wall Street. But because I don't know who's fighting who celebrities nowadays, right?
Exactly.
The Wolf. I mean, I think that'll be a better fight. I don't know who's Belfort. I don't even know who that guy is.
Vito Belfort.
Yeah, is he good?
He's an ex MMA guy,
Ex-convict?
retired. He was really good during his time. Another Brazilian, I believe. But come on. If Oscar's actually going to go in the ring and have a fight against someone, he should fight another boxer. Someone who people are not going to, I guess, critique him on stepping in. Look, no matter what, no MMA guy is ever going to beat. Well, sorry, because Anderson Silva just beat a boxer in Chavez Jr. But no MMA guy should beat a boxer. Why? Because they're two completely different styles. The stand, the way they throw their punches, it's apples and oranges. And so Oscar, even though he's been retired for a while, he's been training. He looks good, in the video that he posts. But I just don't think, it'd be, unless you allow Belfort to come in and throw elbows, kicks and take you down on the mat or whatever, then it's not a real fight, just because these guys are not boxers. Plain and simple.
I mean, I don't even know what to say. I mean, De La Hoya's, I don't even know Belfort. I think I've seen him, but I don't know. Who knows? Maybe, but we'll see. If De La Hoya stays off the white stuff, the fluffy white stuff, maybe he'll be all right. He's been partying a lot, hanging out with the ladies, but we'll see. I don't know. I don't know what to say about this fight. I mean, it doesn't.
It's an exhibition.
Yeah,
it's an exhibition. He wanted to fight George St. Pierre.
I think he wants to fight De La Hoya. I mean, he wants to fight Canelo.
Oh yeah. Oh well, probably just because he sees all the money that he could have had, but he didn't treat Canelo properly, and so Canelo got fed up with him, and that's why Canelo left. But I think Oscar wanted to fight George St. Pierre, and Dana White, who rules all MMA fighters, even when they're retired, apparently, stepped in and said, no way, I'm not letting that happen. So he's not going to fight GSP. And I think GSP, being as competitive as he is, could have made it an interesting exhibition. But, Oscar, an Olympian, a gold medalist, great boxer. I just think Oscar, if it comes down to boxing against an MMA guy, it should be a no contest no matter who's in front of him. He needs to fight someone who is, a boxer. Hey, you know what I would love to see? I don't know what shape he's in, but I would love to see Tito Trinidad come back and say, hey, let's do it again.
Yeah, there you go.
That would be fun.
Yeah, let those guys go at it.
I would pay to see that.
Yeah.
I've got absolutely zero interest in De La Hoya Belfort. Zero interest.
I'm paying to see Canelo right now.
Yeah,
that's
zero interest. I would pay that just because I would love to see what Canelo does.
And Pacquiao, like you're gonna see a good fight at least. You're real fights.
Yeah,
people are gonna fight.
But other than that, no thanks.
Yeah,
no thanks.
No thanks. So, but that's boxing. That's fighting. That's our show for today, Jimmy.
Hey, if you want more fighting, Sons in 4.
Sons in 4. Sons in 4. Sorry, Clipper fans, Flippers, whatever you want to call yourselves. But that's our show, Jimmy. Where we got to go? Where are we going? We're going to.
Apparently, we're gonna go get in our lowrider and go to Calabasas.
We will be lowriding in Calabasas, guys. So, see you guys next time on our show.
Hey, Kim, Chloe, we're coming for you.
See ya. It's all about
the U, baby.
LA.